The official first day of spring may have been March 20th, but this week, with the opening of the recycling and disposal facility's reusable area, spring is in the air.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Messing. I'm a resident of Wellesley. This is the opening day of the reusable area, and as you can see behind me, we are experiencing a little bit of traffic. Nice sunny day today. We hope that it's always nice and sunny. If we have days that are particularly nasty, lots of snow or rain, we will just close. The area is open, but the volunteers don't have to be here. Last summer we got some days that were in the high 90s, and it was just not a good condition to be working in, so we would close up under those circumstances. Otherwise, we would be open. This is for residents only, and we do monitor that. We, the volunteers, don't monitor it, but we do have a security camera in place that registers the license plate number and hits that up against the excise tax and the tax records for Wellesley, and if you are a resident, it'll be validated that way. Otherwise, you get a notice in the mail, a trespassing notice. This particular facility does a lot to help the bottom line of the town. The whole recycling facility generates a fair amount of money back to the town, which goes to the general fund, which ultimately goes to the schools. So at last count, I think it was $865,000 that the town was able to save or to generate in revenue to help out the general fund in the schools. So every year they keep track of that, and the fact that we have items that get taken away reduces our expense for landfill, which is, as you know, quite expensive today, and recycling has gotten to be more expensive. We always look for volunteers, anybody ready, willing, and able, and if they have a sense of humor. We have people that bring items in here that very often they don't want to part with them. Families sometimes cleaning out houses where someone has passed away. Parents bringing children's items when their children have outgrown the item. So sometimes those are interesting stories in of itself. You know, it can be very emotional.
Residents drop off items every day, but what's the strangest item to be dropped off for reuse?
Okay, back in, what was the year we got those gravestones?
I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago?
At least 3 or 4 years ago, a car pulled up, emptied out, and they had 2 gravestones in perfectly good condition, never used.
In boxes, like wood boxes.
Yeah. So apparently, we took them, and then we brought them up to the office because nobody was going to take them because they were already carved out with names from from way back, like 100 years back. So as it turned out, they were left in a house in Wellesley. The gentleman had just moved in. The previous owner had them made to replace tombstones that apparently had been damaged in Newburgh, I think it was Newburgh, New York. The Kathy Roderick up at the office got in touch with the historical district down in Newburgh, and they found out that these, in fact, were supposed to be actual gravestones to replace ones that had been damaged by vandalism. And they were like historic, I forget the names of.
The people that moved in did not want them.
They didn't want them. They just brought them out. They didn't know the history. So, and the person was connected to someone who had signed the Constitution, Hancock or someone, I forget. But so those gravestones are in a gravesite in Newburgh, New York.
Yeah.
That's a great story. That's one of our better stories.
Yeah, couldn't get more bizarre.
The Reusables Area is open with the same hours as the recycling and disposal facility. Look for rules on acceptable items on the town website. You never know what treasure you may find.